Welcome to the first in a series of presentations that have been developed as part of the Plymouth College of Art and Atlantic Youth Creative Hub's Creative Entrepreneurs Business Incubation Programme. This programme has been designed to support young creative entrepreneurs by providing the fundamental skills required to develop an idea, plan and start a business, and ultimately take their products or services to market. Through a series of workshops, events, and mentoring, participants increase their business knowledge, gain confidence to start a new business, and develop their professional practice. My name is Mark Cotton, and I've produced this series of presentations to capture and share the content of the AYCH workshops, creating a resource for future reference. The key focus area for the AYCH Creative Entrepreneurs Business Incubation Programme is that supported ideas or projects or businesses have a positive impact on society, the environment, or both. So for the first presentation in this series, we're going to spend some time looking at what that actually means. So what is social and environmental entrepreneurship? How does it differ from purely commercial enterprise? What makes an enterprise social? And why should you choose social enterprise as a business model? The pioneers of social enterprise can be traced as far back as the 1840s in Rochdale, where a workers' cooperative was set up to provide high quality, affordable food in response to factory conditions that were considered to be exploitative. In the UK, a resurgence of social enterprise started in the mid-1990s with the coming together of different organisations, including cooperatives, community enterprises, enterprising charities, and other forms of social business, all united by the prospect of using business to create social change. But what do we understand by the term social enterprise today? Social enterprises are businesses that are changing the world for the better. Like traditional businesses, they aim to make a profit, but it's what they do with the profit that sets them apart, reinvesting or donating them to create positive social change. Social enterprises are in our communities and on our high streets, from coffee shops and cinemas to pubs and leisure centres, banks and bus companies. And by selling goods and services on the open market, social enterprises create employment and reinvest their profits back into their business or the local community. This allows them to tackle social problems, improve people's life chances, provide training and employment opportunities for those furthest from the market, and support communities and help the environment. Social enterprises exist in nearly every sector, from consumer goods to healthcare, community energy to creative agencies, restaurants to facilities management. And some well-known examples include The Big Issue, Divine Chocolate, and the Eden Project. But there are over 100,000 social enterprises throughout the country today, contributing more than 60 billion to the economy and employing more than 2 million people. They're creating jobs and opportunities for those most marginalised from the workforce, transforming the communities they work in and making the Sustainable Development Goals a reality. Social enterprise is basically business for good, and when they profit, society profits. A social enterprise is a cause-driven business whose primary reason for being is to improve social objectives and serve the common good. Think of it this way. A social enterprise exists to achieve a social mission, such as providing healthcare, safe drinking water, or introducing renewable energy, creating jobs for the unemployed, or advancing education initiatives. Social enterprise is big business. If you Google social enterprise, you'll get somewhere in the region of 1.1 billion hits, compared to just 900 million for commercial enterprise. However, there is no legal definition, but essentially, social enterprise is a business model that puts the interests of people and planet before shareholder gain. There is a widely recognised UK government definition for social enterprise which states that social enterprises are businesses with primarily social objectives whose surpluses are principally reinvested for that purpose in the business or in the community, rather than being driven by the need to maximise profit for shareholders and owners. Whatever they do it differently from other businesses because they are centrally driven by a social or an environmental mission, and they are focused on the needs of the communities they serve. They trade primarily for social or environmental purposes and are committed to reinvesting profits towards achieving social or environmental objectives, taking priority over maximising profits for shareholders. And although profits are not primary motivation behind a social enterprise, the revenue still plays an essential role in the sustainability of the venture. In fact, sustainable revenue differentiates a social enterprise from a traditional charity that relies on outside funding in the form of donations or grants to achieve its social mission. This does not mean that social enterprises cannot be highly profitable. It simply means that when they are, their priority is the reinvestment of their profits into their social mission rather than payouts to shareholders. A successful social enterprise is one that balances the tension between upholding the social mission of their organisation and maximising the productivity of their business venture to ensure financial independence and sustainability. Social Enterprise UK, the national membership organisation for social enterprises, defines social enterprise as businesses that have a clear social and/or environmental mission set out in their governing documents, generate the majority of their income through trade, reinvest the majority of their profits, are autonomous of the state, are majority controlled in the interests of the social mission, and are accountable and transparent. So what's the difference between a social enterprise and an ethical business? Well, if a social enterprise centres itself around a social mission enshrined within its governing document and uses commerce as a tool to maximise sustainability and impact, then an ethical business centres itself around creating profit for its shareholders, but takes an ethics-based approach to issues like the environment or trade practices or community development. So here's a few examples from around the world. Solar Sister is a company that directly addresses a social need through its innovative products. The company brings clean energy technology to even the most remote communities in rural Africa through a deliberately women-centred direct sales network. They invest in women's clean energy businesses in off-grid communities in Africa and put clean power in the hands of the people. Fair Collection. This is an example of a social enterprise that serves the common good by employing disadvantaged people at a fair wage. The company hires artisans in the developing world to create jewellery that is sold on international markets, providing dignified wages and holistic social programs that provide a pathway out of poverty for the artisans. Roma Boots is an example of a social enterprise that serves the common good by giving back for every purchase made. So for every pair of Roma boots sold, a brand new pair stuffed with educational supplies is donated to a child in need. This model gives consumers an inspiring and tangible measurement of their impact, and as Roma says, gives poverty the boot. As Seth Godin puts it, social enterprise is a spectrum, not a label. Every 2 years, Social Enterprise UK publish a report which presents the findings of their State of Social Enterprise survey. For over a decade now, this survey has been the largest, most credible, most comprehensive and most representative survey of social enterprises in the UK. So if you're going to start anywhere in understanding social enterprise, then this is as good a place as any. Their latest report, published towards the end of 2019, provides some encouraging statistics about the state of the sector. Social enterprises are growing businesses. Over a decade of research has shown this time and time again. They are optimistic and ambitious and expect to continue this growth in the year ahead. Despite the economic and political turbulence of recent years, social enterprises are increasing their size, hiring more staff and increasing their impact. This success has been achieved as social enterprises are outperforming their peers in the private sector through higher levels of innovation, investing in people and engaging staff and communities. Social enterprises are showing that businesses focused on a social and environmental mission can deliver better economic performance. Unlike traditional business, whose growth can lead to greater inequality, the value created by social enterprise is shared with everyone. Social enterprises are reinvesting their profits back into delivering their mission, and the benefits are shared across communities, often in our most deprived areas. Social enterprises are addressing the principal social challenges we face, including tackling gender and racial equality through the leadership of women and black and ethnic minority leaders. And social enterprises are responding to the scale of the climate crisis in a way that many other businesses are not. Social enterprises recognise that environmental impact needs to have a greater weighting in the future, and that staff need to be encouraged to act as environmentally responsible as possible. Thanks for taking the time to watch this presentation from AYCH Creative Entrepreneurs Business Incubation Programme. Please join me for the next in the series. Goodbye.